Yankwa Humana Soka and Ribi Chimney, a great minister, Dr. Owusu Efree Akoto. I bet you in common our studio, Mammy Bisan fertilizer. Honsem. Esan say Nipa Bibre are on my Jumane say on my fertilizer supply. Edia to just abaning to maybe or 2 years, 3 years in Tuamoka. Ama contractors to Bibre or Musika Sem Ayabasa. Na yenyantie say on the floor of Parliament. Finance Minister Dituja. Thank you. Releases KBM Ministry of Agric. Say if intia. Nipa ni be supply for planting for food and jobs. Yene Minister Nutrition Common Opache say on the OGD say Ubia Omudini Kebi Ometuaneka. Kakrana Akemunu. Ayadia Omoye. Yenya Samson Kwame Nyamiche. Ewa Hello FM Kumasi. Samson Mache.
Yeah, Chairman.
Boko there.
Oh, Chairman, Yamanadum.
Kokrokoo
selection in Biakae.
Kokrokoo producer at large.
Oh, me that's it.
Samson, yene a great minister to train common FA fertilizer you okoye mu hwehwemu. Na wamane anope.
Your Chairman General me that's it. Sinu we kind of plan fan na woni a great minister da kasano. Obekaya na say week before or after a great minister interview, only farmers association, the group of
peasant farmers.
Yes, no more say planting for food and jobs. Aboye pana 2022 the one here, and yeah, you be said. Companies now was omodi no supplies and at the bread for almost almost supply. If you say near a canna a buying a duomo, you know. No my dear this year no or ebeye and no ye to my every sample munchai. But someone what race and ma only exchange companies in all planting for food and jobs no more a yes I supply fertilizer no there are about 37 companies or more a supply fertilizer now 2019-2020 farm season no almost supply we na buying chiomoka. And a car, all the companies, a car, 86 million Ghana cedis. Not 2020. Like I said, OTI and a car, at least 86 million. And to the following year, that was a 2021 farm season. But we are saying the outcome 86 and a car buying Chia. So Chia Viananka, or much money no there, and are buying a more assurance. Or based on Chia areas and I'm on supply 2021. Sometimes also not farmers and farming season, major one not started and we are for the issue and can the 3 northern regions. One more 8 years at the end, almost supply 37 companies, almost supply not just a scanner and also 2021, they have 350 million Ghana cedis. 350 million Ghana cedis. And to move here, normally by December 2021 year, Nanka buying a bit yaka. And so no, I buy a jacka, and he has started 2022 farm season, and a science said a planting for food and jobs. The components they won't buy a fertilizer and to move here, so they are or more associate or more prepare lands. And no, and a supply, suppliers and companies in here say, or to me and Franco, as you say, 2020 year, I can't 86 million Ghana cities are buying GI, and 2021 year, I buy a set. Almost supply no big areas now, 350 million on GI. And you know back and forth. If we are going to be at the bar, one of my own Kasai. Now, unfortunately for if we are for the fee from January, everything family or more every southern part of the country, don't want to and said the northern region, 5 northern regions, and now almost as you media and no anchor fertilizer and anchor, as you say. 350 million 2021 plus 86 million Ghana cedis. 436 million Ghana cedis. Which I'm going to pay the cafe and ya contract tobacco and ya. Now, when last week, the finance minister for parliament, our pay a statement, and she should be affair. When we use the car at a Sumbupa 200 and something million, and I realized I came in 2020 at the Command Minister of Food and Agriculture said, omo supply fertilizer de ma ekuafo no se de be ya omo so no ebetimi ade atua omo bankers ka ebi say omo kra ne ma free amanone na banks no so na eye nti ebeto no ebeka eba statement of parliament na contract as the people say tia de bibia happen nti omo call ministry of food and agriculture ebi so no na omo na implementing ministry and omo ko do na say omo fi say aben omo call ya ministry of food and agriculture skip bia ni wa ya release ade aba ho no na nyako sin say last week na finance minister kan no contractors ni bi bank omo chizu omo go on the phone crowd but if say omo fi say omo divert omo account and the scan to different accounts and so omo nyehwe enti no asate no na chama me am so check ministry of food and agriculture sika indeed sika na ye kan no I say aba enti no ye ntua mfa ma wo mo se be ya wo mo ka no sa be kasa create no ka prebie no contractors na ye enya enkoi minister for finance aka was we release am minister of food and agriculture and no ye check say ye nyina chama sika bi eni want contractors no ko o ma check o mo various banks no ko achi o mo so once a finance minister aka say enya so o ba be release so we release I would see so ka dia na de Kanaba, and so Chama Menu Case contractors and 37 contractors companies almost supply the payment net. You see, you really scano, and so scano Sankai. Chama problem I want.
Ministry of Finance here releases scan, so Ministry of Agriculture is Kabiamai. Sikabiamai, Capre, Scamai. Ain't he Ministry of Finance and Yanukan Wakanana?
Chama, check the Indian and need your kind of web, parliament. Because so I release it, and yes, I bind the review, put in a statement. I was so I release it, or 2020, I raise a car, and I said 2021, dear, I know Kai, Sikan, the 270 something million Ghana cities. So we release it, and the Minister of Food and Agriculture said, on some surprise, the day I will a bit me at home, or must start farmers not started minor season, so that by a major season, your chum. The Kamano is Lomich Maya, as we can be in the Okano Parliament, and checking from the companies and the Minister of Food and Agriculture, and Asanoka and no a Bebra.
Now, Moya checks on Dabania says Canada.
The Canadian Minister of Food and Agriculture almost so moving, every day. And I mean, that's almost say, or Muji Musica, every year, see, discount. Yeah, the Minister of Food and Agriculture, and almost so many new companies, the door, say, we have the Cassie, and the Cassie, 37 companies on Dawson. Of course, there will be and Ketua and your market here, a bit of the castle so far. Almost, and my yes, Omuni says Canada, Minister for Finance was releasing. Scasso my, and he him so releasing a baby. Will be intercepted cannot go with the
and I say, we're releasing so that's Ukraine idiom.
Yes, and also so near them. And there are some I want to some attitude say, a planting for food and jobs. No time I will share from time I buy a staff here. So I almost 1 year maybe break account, name on fertilizer and it here. And I'm the answer to do a while. Or my years with you much into the Sawi and way your best. Fertilizer and fine come on Yabi and Yaman Ben. I've worked upon a par. And you know, when we start here, this is the first year that planting for food and jobs, you know, and Yabi Omunya and do it's a buying at the suppliers and a car almost say near more, you know, I don't know, near Aqua in a my dear, or which mean comfort for and then with tomato supply, the major season, you know, and Yadia or moving Yabi, minor seasons, so some are more air south, you know. And the K and the SDPR or Mokoa, Minister of Food and Agriculture, can be anyway. The Nima down Bitia and other suppliers and quite many IBIS or more credit local for my dear. But one day this year, and the query we are not planting for food and jobs. Fertilizer now or the milk for this year, 2022, the Nabia, or maybe cry.
Planting for food and jobs, fertilizer, Wahala. Hey, Asem, something a bit yet, I say, we should be a me. Something Kwame Nyameche, Hello FM, and you're telling cancer or they fertilizer and come on. You see it, you see in tria. Professor Kofi Jekumo Hasina Midika and Kayano. Dr. Beno Chankra.
show me him do stuff for me. I do what they me be I didn't know some kind of a film. Yeah, you're too sexy, you're too bad, you're too naughty. Oh, I got to stop up, see me to talk so much about it. Me did it sell me a moment. Me to talk so much about fear. Me did it send to go and see if it's a be a hobby. Georgia Munja, so simple the cars and the one come and be a hobby. Georgia Munja, so simple to be mistress, let me a hobby. Georgia Munja, so simple to be mistress, let me a hobby. Georgia Munja. But to the very innocent, pretty girls so down the pass the same. Busy a challenge, but I suppose accent very country. But to the very innocent, pretty girls so down the pass the same. So me I know me, Georgia Munja. Oh, be a good don't queer, let me I know me, Georgia Munja. Oh, be a the punch, they are down, let me I know me, Georgia Munja. Oh, be a the pump, oh, be a the pump, let me I know me, Georgia Munja.
Long time no play this song. Chucho mucho.
Mifita crowd me a when I'm a baha. Me baby see a only kunina menatana. Into me no work a kind of case at Nana pa. Me pedal pack to panago for me yapoma. Into tass and a shas in a chas. Then be hummus in my mom so much. I did my daddy. Try to say what could do. A cuckoo and give you Fernando Poo. And you're rich enough. It's hard to go. I took this with flow with Sherry Coco. I ain't Nina. Share. Mama Kaba. Homie Big P. Mabana Maba.
Jealousy. LBC shout out to the Amasamang Total Filling Station. Intimamo Amasamang Total Filling Station. You know, pay Kokrokoo Ichiamo.
It's STV, baby.
This FM 104.3. Who to meet target?
Kwesi akwafa kafi odan efe no ababe dunkran anopay intino kwesi machi akwaba
Eja chaba general
odan fo ho ye
onyame dom so ye ho ye pa
o fa ka na efe no abedu
ai
wama a whole professor ejikum abetra se twen
openi fanchem
wama whole Dr. Benochi Ankra abetra se twen
on fanchem na no pay me sorry na constituency no be 30 na ejina me kwa no
why na swao
no so be hum
why na swao Prof Mathieu
yeah no
almost shi nim so shi wom
say in pa gina ni ohun just was cement in taso
Doc Mathieu
yeah
Utrin kwa fishapa
me three days
belated birthday wishes to you
that's it yeah
Ekoye there
nyame adom na chama last week me nipa bibi so
yeah
I'm concerned chama me ni ano na bibi ni a o se nka o sheda na
nti say o say oboma baso Kokrokoo agi cap wa sheda pa esenia unhu ni eko
na haso so agi cap oso I say unhu ni eko
oh na chama
ya gi FA Cup 12 times Kokrokoo mu magi league yen crowd dey fresh sim
league no dey how many matches a boy ya gi
oh my idea
na say o say ka oboma baso
doc my idea yeah dey my idea na yen dey won kan hwe
mukuru ana ketuwa bi
anya mu dey na afia
Jama bibi abokore
nyame ne hene
Pacho Ashanti regional minister about 3 weeks ago Peniwa how country no one can hear Samato Oshamebo
with can I obey me
Oshamebo say yeah school na obi person of fire assassin or by investigation nti ya watwe yem
okay nti Simon Osemen Ashanti regional minister Patrona Shebo iti we dey yeah down
na honorable Kokrokoo so last week o share boy say weja nsuo na nyame de ache ya ye nyina ya nom won kran ha no ankofo person o say no ono so obedi hu djuma kai no esi ade me de beto me ho so obi obehye bobia na matro ti o ma ni akai
chaba parliament committee back or government assurance committee I'm on that committee
okay
na nya ba parliament na say o kase money ade no I wish to assure ba pay that yasum ti o mu ana minister ko ya fro aka say assurance do do say
I wish to assure no be here no
both with dodge assurance no we use word for
can no more is in the pipeline
plans are far advanced plans are far advanced
me producer na tro no
ampa openya you could produce any kwesi akwa
hey and then is go do abeg when you produce ko am nko ade a ba chema obojuma
nyame adum nyame adum chese mia minu akwesi akwa mene na inti azikodo se kwesi akwa am graphic mo hwe bibi eti
na honorable azikodo
na
man intend production ho na honyo
anka atio
ko so be wure mawi
onu so be wure mawi aso we
wa kwa me mo se kotebo ne kotre sedin a omo nsa honam o
de ne kotebo no
o de kotre enua bi
oni kotre
yes abutokra type
okay
so on the kotre o mu din na se
but omunye
oh so obi oti America now say oh holding so me yan say mra ho na holding be sign
sa de ende ya na
sa kwentu de kwa yan sign
o bi fa be fa
yan sign de
o bi fa be fa
o se shewo
edu mo nu omo
o se shewo so na still no open ko
na o ko mfie mienu ni na wo ya bre
open some record the room
the man is about over weekend
wow obeju
record the room
and I will say Dr. Ben may I sure say we follow Arise Ghana
Chama Mr.
Mitie
Koma odi ye ya ansa na we bai
fertilizer for no
ya hwe ne yanka ne ye
Mitie odi no
Chama as at last week me call village na Mpreko no mama kuma ko 15 they are on heat sanka me cross over ba ko kra wo 10 that's 150 Chama won say me do sharp so say me and cross over
ade
since omo a me nya aduane mfa ma o the last count I had about 185 pigs
wow
aduane on be di Chama anya asem ketwa wheat bran ya na yetoi na ba ko ye 28 see akwa ko do 41 42 ansa na wato e de afaka afia obedu village no man kan say omo ton 52 no asa de afaka pharmacy brew na obia ye nyo obia nka ya asem ma Chama bi so omo ye poultry nipa brew nti ye behwa say sabio ebehwema yakoso akra nkuko funu ya acha ofriji ma gusi daben wabranka ye betumi anya bi wo ha o se me se abanye deliberate effort so bebo akuafo ankoba ne sa ye ho bekiri o nti enya ni wu Ghana ha nyame ahira ya se bebia aburo seed beto bi afifi na yetumi kra je na fi desert so nti enya ni wu nti yemfere nti asi o chema nyame ahira ye o but ye hu ne ye wo nti ye toto na se the ordinary farmer is suffering when e kana se ma no na finance minister so wo se mu adin dodo
sir
dabi obi nkan kire no speak truth to power say nkofo supply aban fertilizer ana aban di ani mo matter fertilizer na so mutu o moka oh sika na enam kwan mu na o kan ye plans are far advanced sika nam ko e me so so aba ka bonti o sika ye tua ne sa amu hwe bibi ye o
na sika na bi wo de
chema me say wo de wo adwuma wo ye ya che me nya medical doctor impera he ne yente say ye ya mo na ye di wo ha no kra papa se ne ye kra no nti e kwan ba ne ye fa so president Emma public utterance say or no ni fie local rights no di answer to Ghana adenti ne yentumi nua mu ni bi nka ho menti ase e be ka kra me say enwo keke kra e di agese ye kra aden agric minister on trans ye o no hwe ne ma ye o ni akọ nko ye o
ose ekoye o
e da bi chairman nko ye unless he is not a farmer unless
ose ekoye
because wayebi but he has a lot to do say nipa o ho kire o sen na onya aduane di a chairman wasem 8 ya o akom ne ma dodo na yampini chairman dodo na ye komo o ko secondary school nkofo to me shi dormitory omo nshi dining hall da menti bi wo any school chairman check
apa
yes say school bus say administration dining hall no de omo nkose no ekomo ya enti me say asoman say Nigeria ye nuanum yi e ka say yampini mo bia nkra mo ma hwe omo population omo dua mo ma so the whole country a Ghana ye di abro yami anim kwa agrek no ho kakra I am say we are doing something but it's not enough agrek minister o man ani na for pa ne kasa na ya do so onye adwuma no na finance minister so release this car
na ana Mrs. Can be over there
chama this year nsu atoi pa na ye ya just say ye dua anke se aduane ebu o man na odua wonya fertilizer amfanya adwuma no wonya nipa hin na omka nipa miensa kora kan mo bo metu atotrata me say abanye it should be deliberate say abanye be subsidize me yetumi aduane a yentumi mfa nko ba bi kora ne be so ya nkasa yenu ne yeni
eat local Arise Ghana demo 29 demonstrators arrested they be the two ekoye HB woni but second day the police there to just say eko 13 boni bia anim openye jekum de bia say demonstration but on the new partner say dey be chine say obi ahuntin obi ahunkan moja ko nhwe and so unfortunately in first day no openye anya ne sa anya ne sa ama ebi kra drum and say yes I'm all right to be create tune there. Dr. Ben, now you're analyst. Who say?
Chairman, demonstration there. Yeah, the papa. I say, do baby na nipa no na assemblation mu. Ade be pie no anhwa na akoye adaboni. Enti se nipa no do baby na asem hye no so na ozima me kwan ma me nkasa. From my experience as a teacher, do baby na se onkwara mienu kora akon. Na do baby go say obi pese o kan asem, teacher ne se mo obi ankasa. Now hwe nipa no te won se ne asem na si ahye no so na wan hwe a wa kodi bon nti se enkankan ne constitution emma ye ho kwan se demonstration no se nya bibia e kire so pii na nipa so mbe demonstration me dem feel se e ya de papa ye nya ma nipa no omukọ demonstration obi aka ne se so kan bi of course ene makasa eno anu no akotena fi nti e ya de papa na mmom eniama ba kumienu bi wo ha we are growing here do baby we see an improvement you can't demonstration un call demonstration and say open kwasi prat un call demonstration and say open kokubako edu baabi a me hwe omo a e band na nka mo nko na mko bisa na omo nkyere mo kwan ya fa so ye demonstration placards no chairman nsem ni bi o ha ya turogu so a aya na no odin maka e wa fidie so da me say abranti a ommuade na ohwe esande ne sabenkum opani aka o ha mpempi. Let's not throw away our culture on no mahama no send ye nipa ni besi akasa I said tantan obuo bi anim na sabi o sabi say president mahama yebusuani a sanko woni so hwe pani akufo ade ne ni ntipe adui o fie bi anka ye onana enso politics nti me say nsem ni bia ye twogu placards so e de mankofo kura nipa na otwere no onya kokuduro emfa nkura ba otwere de ahye obi nsem
but ikrofo ni kura kura ontimi nkan ade
onim ne wo so nso ye de ama no enti ye hwe niema bi ye ubetumi aka asem aka ma asem no waka no ma obi atie enya tendie no enne be ma wasem na aka na aya asem papa
anyu bia no moto na say school jama pa ye si onyankopon ku na na do mai
nti sabi na na do wa de be yo chama onim say professor Mesu ye Ghana ha at one point in time one who say we end this near na we MPP ni the entire country to me say obi aboto you don't wish even for your worst enemy say obewu nti niaman bi ayam fa na say moguo na o mani age na o de di agro I don't think any of them will mean in reality say nanadu wu ankope I don't think so but ankoma nto so ananka ye de enyum pii wo ho nti ayahwe niam yi chama BBC ye ko demonstration ye say police for member nipa ho ban o hwe o moto na just simple to protect life and property enti ono ekobo ho ban na ono de hwan na ebo no ho ban who protects the police na enipa anya kokudo say ye be pire police for abo si obi and Kofi or blessed memory or say obi ani ho police ni a wa fatuo AK47 anopa so de ko hwe aponche kun police ni tuo ye mfa ma aponche ye de bonipa sabi enti say wo kokudo say na ho police ni okuratu ya o meno because a dead man has no witness. A bowa, it takes just one bullet, no matter how strong you are. Now that for life. Oh, mekum. Yeah, Jama, what the I had nipa ye kosie obia. Nipa supi, you know. Oh, me no beko. E do time ye release nipa na opatebe. Muso mi mu. You na aso na beko. Enti e woni sanya marketing kiti ko fu akọ demonstration ma obi aye disabled permanently. Enti me demonstration in some more than 80% of and some no can me for so now so a kwanya e faso a be ye no koto boa ye den ka betumi aka wasem police for am obi afi meti ye say oh police for na bi e da chance ye to mo ba ade enti omo yes and they should bow their heads in shame. Now second day yes so it was peaceful ye nyina ye gusu yesua na akoba ne sen na obi si o media me wotuo na me da hye me home de call demonstration na wo de koshia police for na wo de koye den etuo no de koye den wo amfa nkwa na anye den yesi asem ni ho a me yenkofa asem ma enipa ni bi o mo ho bon nsem dodo nti yo ni ye push me si asem ba chama ye headmaster kan secondary so say o ma bai o ye be call demonstration ye be you kai hu say we index number o pon dia. There is a reason to unkwa index number and no be the answer. Unkwa o de. Inti asem si na ye chewa. Ye do ko prison unkwa o. Tell bi kura o tie judgment ni be sinipa be 4 akoye bibi chairman. Yetumi ma obi a different number of years imprisonment because of a role that you may have played. Inti yen koso ni yensua say e do ba bi e be demonstration. Police for no so at least for this omo ya here. Yen hwe se enkodu baabi ya se o tear gas yes the least provocation o ni ato tear gas le wuro mu achama ebi afama ni so da o sa ehihie o obi wo asthma obi wo BP ni ade na bemben tear gas achama betumi aku enti du baabi a omo hu ye mobo kakra na ye nyina ye hwe how together we can manage this economy ye be manage the country na ye nyina ye nkoso ento ato adwene na me pe abisa se eniama ba kumienu we mani nyehu we me ba ya me ka se agree kise ne yakoma ni nyehu then you prefer a solution a kwan be ne fa so a aye mana ye. So nti let's begin and continue to share ideas. Say ye behwe ma ye democracy na ye because ebinum eba besua ye o. Ebi mo tencham so o mo nim hwe mo sua gan. Nigeria video bi am here na. Akwabi bu ofu for pefu onya bi nto. Na okan ne nsem ni nyina wie ne twato say ono okofa ba bi no wabagana. Na say eh oba hwe 1 gallon 56. Oba o say oba. Nti enye kura no chama ebi mo so nya komo wo ha komo pe. Nti yenko so ntoto adwene democracy ni there. That is the path we have chosen. Nti where it is costly we bear the cost. Where we have to share ideas niamem pe tie ni say enkankan ne omo abam no obi kan bibia oh mintie na we makasa na I was happy somewhere last week or last 2 weeks. I correct you be say and oh na NDC every abam 6 years ni. Nti for how long are we going to be referring to them? Sebio yes oh omo anya de ntini de maba abam. Nti mo aba munya nia ebema enipa no omo ni aso say oh ye to aba ma mo na ye ni aso ni amoye. The references for how long are we going to do it? Nti yehwe kwan ye fa so a we will always move it from one level to the other. Ni yanka say Ghana na 10 years ago, Ghana na 20 years ago ni omno. See there's vast difference. Na ye nyina ye benya hoto. Ghana belongs to us and everything that we have to do to build it collectively also be a playing a role. Teacher ni kwa chira de chairman general ba be ni radio ni also pra kwan ho apra. Ne nipa na enye adwuma ye tui omoka no omankasa no omadwene mu omofo. It took the president of Ghana to issue an executive fiat to say mo bia anko office and television. How? And that's why somewhere so we you are paid according to hours. A chairman so call yes one. There are some teachers, unfortunately, an example to cite. Teacher need be starting the teaching on Tuesday, then the weekend started Thursday. Edu de conclass na ko hedu Friday. I'm say the whole day sports. Onye PE fitano passa ko si anyume. Enti se sika no ye betua wo na mu wanya adwumanti sika no ntumi mfa nya ade papa bia. Ye nyina ewo roles a wo se ye play na o man no atumi afa no ntuma pra. Remember.
Ye nyina wo role a se play na o man afa no ntuma pa efra. Second day of Arise Ghana demo was peaceful according to the police. First day bloody. Crazy Mrashe Bejeni Usunu is saying.
General Abdase, they are Quenya Cassia or their mind. Be share the Moya in Yanamo Okoya. Chama Panini, the Yesia say demonstration of 3 Moya or yet. Yet be near the actual BB.
Yeah.
Na Bijidi say demonstration ye adia a cat politics of home. Penny for the no na demonstrations I would be me shemwa e bi kra no de omo aye say certified demonstrators omo mo sa tasha beret no me mu bi edin be bia ba sha beret so du ne hu beret na pe red beret pe to say we wa tia to so na bra bo nyina de mu ano be ye na se aban wei agia to mu say enema enkoye aban wei agia to mu akire mu say binti ena niema akọ ne say no a na me bisa say oye kire no ye e de akire hwan ya
ye de akire ya ho ya kai ho de akire aban
yi enya dwanfu no aban aban ya aban a oti ne manfo kom aban ya what chidem ama manfo hunu say ye ba ye no ne ye won hihyeyi a ye nanka yankasa no oman no yenya sutumi ama ye mfa ye hu nkɔhye sabe kwesi broni nsa no no abɛkyerɛ de yenye anu nti no de yen ye be ya ye fa no homegrown policies no ɛdo bɛboa yen ama ye dollar na ho ɔden agina ye nua ne sam ye nkra nuane all these policies are available aban wotrimupo o wadwempa so be yesa ne ma we nyina o hyase afiri baabi edu prempenso obi no na wiase mu nsem ebebo mu ya to saa asemi aka abamafo nyina atiase nenso ebi mu se bupowu mumpewu ye ntiase eno na ya na be bisa me ho se are we not taking Ghanaians for granted?
Are they?
Because a Ghana Kuan, yes, ya watch the yen, Anna, ye sucum, Anna ye casa semia, and Abacase, and ya yen shushu jabain, and yen ye. Nenso ne amaya kase yin nara. Nyamiada Roma, ya this year to kwan. And now wo honomo na obi etwa video no dey beto social media. Akire say fu akura no ade abachi bia no ne to abuo nim. Senya doc ka yi. Wo bi say wonya kwan bi so obefi Nigeria aba. Baby wo honomo a fu akura wo mu nya bio. No makwa akwadwene de bo ho. Aban agiatum. Ana aban say ope ekwan ye obefa so na yeyi ye ho efi sa hihye mu na no asem bi pie efi nura ne nansa say ya ye nua Haruna minority leader tape bi pie say wo say yammo NDC fo aba so say wo ma yama yi levi no anye yi yanto hu hallelujah yammo yensem ma wo mo na kire say politics na kwakodu pempen so bia nie what ya konwa so be ye na boa Ghana fo nyina na wakoso atena so na we dey break 8 no say ye be twe no ase ne atwe na abofom na enye yeyi a eno na wo se ye bo ye nsem maye na ye hunu se ampani ampa de mo be ye no man be ye ni ye eno ti na make us ye take Ghanaians for granted but eneno eni bia banti wo bia so etene ye koso na ase eti me eye na kaban say me de ekoso bi enfa me ho me de maintain ye musukura na me ye ne mo ni ade a enka me metra hankasa because minima ho kira bi wom obia so enima ho kira wom na ya na manfo agene say bi aye no no ye wo market bi a ana dwa bi a yekom a ebi nko bi mu ana say yekobu fuela ye de ne station kwa different chama wonim say sa ho kire ba ya ye mu bi no ya ho kire ye double
are
because obu ho no mu a ye oferefo a enka wonti bi mmebi se osika ana on besra wade nanso esa nyema mu aye dinti wo be bode mu powder aka se ne de edimi ti besra hwe me kakra sa ni anu so wo ba nye sa 200 ne 100 de ni bio wo pedi obedi ne be na sabi na esa ni di brenti also variant na we now the amano eti ahochede na yati bi but again na ye nuanom NDC obododo no ekodi demonstration enemy womu patchere Ghana for say eye the alternative de ko ye kikan ye ne placards awodo a ye kinkan ni ade na no sa ahoro ba ni atamu a ye die ni kasantwinum ne ade no eno ne ye ba chichiro man there be yepe solutions yepe alternatives if there is any ye nuanom NDC for my asonte but esa sa wo mutrimu omunimu se ade na nya ya hyehyei nemom a global system na affect yenti they are taking advantage of Ghanaians and it's a ye nuanom a wo mu se dante niam ase and I hear politics as usual. I cry for this country because said the ebeye nyina ne say aka be ye fie mienu na bi aban 2 times ye de man na ba da wie ye enti no ye ntra table ho na ye nya hyehyai demom ye besi montene so aye demonstration ama kronum aye hyehyehye a destabilize system no na mamanfo awehye mu a wo menya wa ban mu no akofo mu a na tie say bia na eba be yo ubetena so na we akawo saa na so ko me de keka ho me dia meka mbo say saa demonstration ni propaganda bebrebe a ekoso no eno ka ho na Ghana fo adwemu ayehye mo esa say aho kire ne wo ho nanso wo bi beka do kure na wama ye nyina no ye bu atoye yam na wa kansem bi e be chichire ye re no ne ka no say ye toto propaganda egum ensem a eni ho ensem anya no kura na ye kagu aban ho fi ni nyina ne say yenye na aban no nye unpopular na yen hu se aban na me yehwe na ebasa no a the very intelligent Ghanaians, the discerning Ghanaians no womo ti ho ehwe womo ti ho omorhe me pa ye ne say aban enye distracted by these things nemom ye be remain focus na ehyehyeye ye nim say America kakra ye nimi ye be ye na Ghana fo ho ahenha kakra na ye nyina asi kwan so na ye hyehyeye ya yanke de be boa Ghana fo no Ghana fo bete ho nka no yetimi aye and now the deputy minister for finance Asia demonstrators no wakaye na wo hwe ye nuano mo ahosiesi a wo de ko demonstration ya na kire se wo mo no wo madwuma no ye politics ni ye demonstration ye part of it sabri no ahokyira ba yes ye na agitum but yen kengu Ghana fo asum na Ghana fo no ntiase se aban na enim hwe enso aban agiato enhyehyeye aban yi ewo ye de compare enhyehyeye aban ya party atifie no no mo so mo wo na Ghana fo ka say MPP embra ban MPP ba ban mu enema ye de gu akwan so nyina no na ye enema enka eba be yi efi ye ha omukura fofi antwata ye ka man for some yenka na COVID any Ukraine Russia doc ikei which brand mo no be keke ka woni ade nyina no emu dodo ahen ye produce wa ha
Argentinian producer wa
because we did not have any better systems and I say yeah ye betimi ayesa no bayi na bi
still ye bi
na me ka say abai eye mampani kufu abai ba be fi so na oja NIA ema NDC ba ye no nye say 6 years dey gusu ka NDC asemu say NDC ba ye no within the period doc so what to be share NIA ye ba ya ape e can one say ye gina the basis of national identification no na ye spread your tax systems what be ye dey ye ba e sa be to ye bibia ja no ano ansa ye ba be ye ni ye e be do me bia ye hu no say sabri ye betimi ehunu dipa dodo wo man no mu dipa etua tax and dipa etua tax and wo mo also mu tua tax and the identification e betimi amaye sade. These are the fundamentals of any nation's development. Emu ahe and the enuan mo edija ye ba die ye nim say enka niema atutu ye kakani ade ye ba ye na betu dompe enti no say ya betu dompe na say ye hyehye na ye du pempensuo bi na wiase mu a ye na ade ho to so no ni ade ensem aba be dwura ye ni suma ye ni so ye tototo kakra ye hia say ye be ma oman no aye destabilize because say the ekoso yi ene ye eko demonstration na ma for the tua show ho ene mo de ke ka ni ade in a system in a state ye nyina nim say oman ne ban bon sem no enyina yi because of ensem ayatete ebe ye then so nipa bi pese omo ba ban mu kian ke na sabe ye ma ban mu akeke se ye ba dia chama unim se any for match post dey we
and the minim
me catch them
post ben
ban mu post
na say NDA political party bia so omo ranking members so mo si
yes shadow the money ade ya che post ni na awie we NDC na unya post ni bidia and fiase adwen ho
2025 there
o ma che ni nyina ni obehe toilet so ni ade nyina ma che ni obehe toilet so ni ade nyina ma che itu ye NDC ni na unya post ni bia fiase adwen ho ya che jaw because of the an say ye be ba ban mu ni abeji post kwan be so na mo be fa so asom Ghana for enu hu hia and I think that is the kind of thing I was say and no say when ya kukudra sorry esi montene so ni ade dia Ghana for mbisa say NDCA what is your alternative and ya tem didi any kasa twidmo and don't fa dwane mesi table so and no my GDP and come from and no my inflation come from and no my your currency your sika sam your city no enya hoden momma yɛ alternative nyɛ saa deɛ a pani na yɛn nyinaa no yɛkɔ ne de biara saa because amayɔsɛm no ɛyɛ afono yɛ mu bi because wonyaeɛ a ɛnka woyɛ sɛ wonyɛ ne yie no nipa na wɔ sɛ wonyɛ ne yie no wɔnkyerɛ wo kwan foforɔ so a ɔno no ba a ɔba bɛyɛ ne yie ɛne sɛ wobɛgye mu a no wagye mu ama nanso bɛyɛ de saa sɛ ne apani ka no wete
sam
na yɛkɔyɛ anaasɛ yɛbaeɛ enti no bɛhu no sɛ ndc has lost credibility deɛ ɔmo yɛ nyinaa ne sɛ yɛnsi mmɔntene so yɛn taking advantage of the vulnerables yɛn taking advantage of the very people a yɛadwene wɔn ho mmabunu a yɛadwene sɛ nka yi levi yɛyɛ a yɛbɛtumi anya you start bi di asɔ ɔmasen na wɔn ati adwuma kwan so ɛnɛ mmeranteɛ nyinaa no a mo wie jss dodoɔ na apɛ technical and vocational schools akɔ adentia we want to change the paradigm we want to change the system.
Enti enne be ma ayeyi.
Ebeba ayeyi because at the end of the day no, you better reduce the wage bill. Emma your taxes nkete a yegie no. Ye mfa ntua adwuma efo ka. Say na doc okay, don ko hel no mo no ehwe TV. Yati ye. General.
Yes.
Ghana ni na ma ho ayefe. Sa Ghana ni a wapa mo atade ni me matade. So aka so ma na ba adwuma, obeka so onye. Adentia. Sika wagye afi mi no hod mo no. Ebia atade ba ku mi no obepam no. En nka bosome obakotena ba adwuma mu a obeje. That is the focus now. And honey the new direction. Aye person mrantia ne mbabawa omo energy omo wo no yetimi ema energy no equal to productive use. And this is said there be. Moma yen kan hu mountain so. Na atsemu e wo ho no ma ye di hu nkomo a eye no kura trodo wo bi anim. Na making say yeah na Ghana for nko ampanifo na ekasa kire ye say oman ma ye den oman ma ye ni ade a nka me ye din but I have an experience. Other countries also have experiences. And a Belgium ni ade a ye demonstration ade na omu na ye bi sa demonstration omu ye say kan enkan bi a enkan ye major news on international headlines but ene we are seeing na ye bi iti he dem ye yo dem an yo em say police for omu kobro wo omu no e na akwa ye news police for amukobro wo no na ayi news na kasabe wo say ene mama yede na ye ka kirem na so so monte ase na mo si montene so a mo ba no na nka mo de ada alternative aba chabda say
yeah try to be so akwesi akwa Alex am rashe bedwenima oda ono na yeteninka sisie na yesi bolt driver o drive bolt enne nansa na ye bo ba kwa baso se ejomo ye boni ayeka nti se papa so ba na I will say itimi ebo ma baso na enne nansa ye bo ba kwa baso no obi so ede ne de aba besim nti boat driver ye fro Francis Marfo o drive Chevy Spark. O number near GW 780-21 Francis Marfo or driver the car near Chevy Spark GW 780-21 or for be free Spintex Echo East Legon Nipane Jani phone or canum or Bomodia Sheno and that or the command mo anope idea so another Francis within the Francis Kakene de Bay. Yes, say Oka number ni GC 894-21. GC 894-21. Toyota Vitz. Since the 11th of June, just 19 days ago. Ubija Nadia welcome. Ya frewa. Wa unfa. Bo to follow some wine. Inti Sir Francis who team ya baby akwohye bia obi ade da kam pacho o de unhu na de fabric piece of him ye de baba akoma no why this one says on a placard was the inscription Achimota Forest reserved not for sale and then say Obama and Pokwa say Say Obama, I want to do mankind. The foolishness of Ghanaians can be measured by our failure to continue with the efforts that took us out of famine in 1983. Boko is a few kilometers from Burkina Faso. How is it possible that Burkina can produce tomatoes and onions all year round, but we can't? APJ in Sunyang. APJ, we are marvelous people. We are very marvelous. 70% of government appointees are not working. Henry Quarty, apart from Henry Quarty, what are the others doing? MPP stronghold Kumasi Market has gone dark. Over 40 MPs, regional ministers, KMA, CU. Why? 3 blind men at health ministry, and you go and sacrifice Okoboy. Kwame Nadenta. Well, Okoboy is the chief executive of the National Health Insurance Authority. Well, finally, if you like. Kwame, Ghana is not an island, though. A gallon of petrol in California is $10. A loaf of bread, which was $2, is now $5. And Ghanaians are still crying. Yo, Eja Kwabna, Corona, Queens, New York. Eja, you see you. So, Kwame, the Agric minister cannot pay people, the farmers, for fertilizer, and he wants to be president. Can Openye Jekum educate me, please? I hear the proverb, Achianswe Mui, but I hear different versions. What is the end? Yes, Abebu Nina.
Achianswe Mui, Esram Bebu Nina de.
Bebu Nina de.
A chan Bebu Nina de. Just a dead chain.
Baby, Achianswe Mui. Echen abebu nyina de.
Say ebu dia na bu. But e bia from maybe na afa na achiasa. And from afo betumi afa na sa de na ba.
Interesting. BB says, please ask the NDC how much they'll sell petrol when they win power. The Agric minister has a lot of problems in his ministry. He has a lot to do. Yet he's gunning for president. James in Takrady. Dr. Oche Ankra should please look into the alternative feed sources for the pigs. With my experience as an agric economist, I think most Ghanaian farmers are too focused on one type for livestock feed. For pigs, they would eat almost anything. There are a lot of alternative feed sources for pigs. He should look in those alternatives instead of wheat bran and soya-based feed, which are all imported. Kwadwo Ahodo, Sheffield, UK. Kwadwo, you moved from Scarborough. Okay, Sheffield. Thank you very much for joining us. Quite a regular listener and texter to the show for years. The Arise Ghana NDC demonstrators did not demonstrate. They only sought to express their hunger, which is not an alternative to governance. Kekusi Ejustru Bisiase. I appeal to the management of Peace FM to set up an assurance committee for Kokrokoo. Dr. Oche Ankra should be the chairman. The assurances put in by government functionaries on your Cherish program are becoming too many and too much. Dr. Oche, you can do the job. Francis Brakwa in Kumasi. Kwame Solomon was blessed and granted all the riches and wisdom for not requesting for the death of his enemies. Kweku in Amasamang. I'm trying to figure out why this one, but the disrespect and mayhem we see in the system is due to premature democracy. Everyone can insult anybody these days because of so-called human rights. Our forefathers lived in decent societies without democracy. Gastiman Brekum and Openyejikum can say Abejimi Brenumpo. Eh?
They don't say Yabajim Bren.
And you must say. Hey, Enumpo. Chairman General, the second day demonstration was peaceful because the demonstrators decided to comfort themselves. We're calling on the IGP to surcharge the organizers for instigating the ghetto boys for disorder. Kwadwo Edupako, Achim Esium. Solid and precise delivery by Kwesi Akwa in this brouhaha. The lack of minority NDC's alternatives seems to be lost on us. Farouk Etema. I don't get the man in your studio. The people who created the mess are pointing at you for the mess. You destroyed the banking sector that needed $25 billion to correct. You signed PPA that cost us $1 billion a year for power we didn't need. And he says I should not make reference to them because I'm in power. Really? Then politics is no more about records. Alfie sent that. And then some Agric Minister, what brand of you? Martin John in a Josodomia Bra. I'm looking forward to see the Ghana Journalists Association, Imani, Christian Council, Ghana Bar and others condemn the barbaric acts by the so-called Arise for Ghana demonstration, which became chaotic. Anyway, Okopai police for Abua, Nebeba, no, no. The Chroma ni etutrasem. Peace 104.3 Kokrokoo Ejimedieni Twaso live in your ear. Chairman General, don't you think it's bad? It will not be bad for the ministry to go to the northern part of the country, Bono areas I have an Ashanti as well as Western, to buy the cheap food items and bring them to Accra to sell? Such a symbolic gesture would drive prices of food items down in Accra. Kindly consider it. Kwabna Bawe Zero, I can only consider. I am not the one to take the instructions and to give the orders. Meto mango. When you say mango, akesi bi no. She some ton ba ku be 8 cedis 10 cedis. Midi mango pa. Ma confess me pe mango pa. Na oni na misle go ho be ba ku 8 cedis, e bi 10 cedis. Yati so e bi 6 cedis. Okododo a. Kwesi ada me ba no. Meto sa mango no. Akesi 20 pieces. For 25 cedis. Etina me beside me who say
Dodo one in crime.
Dodo one in crime ya.
It's about 15 or 12 minutes.
Yeah. Dodo ya nen crime. Etina me beside me who say fuel cost and a profiteering and na me ntia exploitation and
no madam will be say both double together compound.
Because just some mangoes that me toy 20 pieces so. 20 pieces. I think it was about 20 of them for 25 cedis. Ain't come a beton. Beton back could be at 10 cedis. They find say in crime price. Intimate them 200 cedis or. Ain't from 25 cedis to 200.
Sandy Panon so beba abesu. I
was quite surprised.
Chairman, inflation, you define anything.
Goods na any hono. Any sika ye dey hwehwe no.
More money chasing fewer goods. See inflation na peja. That chase sika we bottom pa boa. And the goods ni ho. No, nipa hin the timi bosu se ska wo bottom no munya de on beto. Well, you do pempens will be e was say ye timi ehwe ye dynamics ni ye. Anyema ye faso de measure your inflation no your figures me I don't do those say metric tons and unit measurement politics. Because se say na wakai and only idea egu oman. Chama, menso me de blame kese be my party.
MPP. Ade.
And ne yasi nipa dodo market queens ahodo nyina no afa ato am ho so se umbetu aban.
Elza.
Enti no one the war party no mu a omo manage saafo no. Na omo mate eniema ase. Dan se ye be jaima ye nwua no mani sifu abaru omo a ombetu mfutu egu omani a and then on be say and ye be buo to aban because na o man yi de hia ya ne de be die it is obi koto tomatoes basket baako anase kenten baako 150 cedis ewo efom say market cost do na akra no oni farms na wo de aba be du nkrani ade owi os 1000 cedis owi os akwan ye fall bo kosoro no money ade why dey calculate e kire dia wo so de to so na se ye nyina ye se ye chichire oman a eye den na baakofo etimi fa sa adwen se me ye de ebema aban no eho aye na me de ba pesika no
honorable ebi wo ho a sorry ebi wa na enhyɛ da nya ade a opɛ so ɔyɛ gu aban no ho fi ho ɛnia ɔno ɛba na hɔ na ɔdwene ho ɔdwene aban ho
but say me
dia say ya to trɔ first so ɔgye 1 cedi 80% ɔsɛ me nyansi sa nti mɛgye 2 cedi nti ɛno ɛnyɛ ɔnyɛ n'adwene sɛ ɔyɛ ti aban ho ɔno ankasa ne selfish interest nti na ɔyɛ
but say deliberately no ya kyena hɔ ɛma safoɔ na control ɛnneɛma ka yɛn directly no yɛn nuanom ndisifoɔ awura wɔ mu I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about.
My company, you come to them, could say, I drink for demonstration. Me mango, I say, my cocaine, and I'm a Christian class package.
Now, the top of the year, I wore a friend say, or that man to some paper body out to park of book man. We do up on my park and Matobi. 5 cities to be your body, come and don't cut here, the arena, what it took him in a woody. Besides the same 5 cities to be a walk.
I pay you Bremma, baby, I was a me fade here.
I was young, say, I don't know how no doors on Kakra. I shall say, for Nana, if you are busy, the party force.
Yeah, or no, the party for.
Come home, say, said now, you know, I didn't car or yet shed there in your bonnet. Say, the panel BB a shadow so. Linguists mom friend pent up emotions. I did be a tete na say. Obomode na oka na manebo atodium. It is a obi e soon na be so just to be so money soon. Money soon kakra. To baby am co school no so aye oba kranfo o suan na no faso yeah Jason no kwan kran free mo say after what no and also no of us say the dear baby was anti bensun so abente so bensun abente so it told be a man ko for kwan na obuji say ade a ha wo no omu enyimpie but bibia ha obia no niam mienu sa ode no kre ebeche sa ade no ha no ampa anase ode nkontompo bi ebe brabra ne emba bi so amankofo hu se ono so ha no ogidi se bibia ha no kabi nkofo e call demonstration ebinom o kan nkofo a mo akire o mo nka hu but obi o ha na odimu o kasama ehiafo eno so ho se menko ade anka bentinsi abonten but minuanum ti eno ho it is a udinka kan say the bia ya mesese oye kire bi ba ya mempa ya no say enkodro anwumre ye betie news bia late news kra na so oye kire no mkoye no bibia nsi adom ye no nansan nde omoma mani wi but then that be hwehwe say bana ama it is a ni papa o ko oye kire na secretary da manim yampadia NDC guru grabbed with gun say yampa etuo na okoyetra etuo no eka ho ye den okoto apan kusi anasa pra
also the bonne ho ban
said the be dey say na okodo wo ya adwene say wa hwe a na obi betu tu ana come yan tran wi asen chichire omansa yes yamam kwan na dia kofa we nyina ba ya ye tintin because I had then obi ko demonstration no or no say aha na me pesa mefa na bambofo a ye de ade ahye omsa say aha yamamo fa enye yie o say hwa na ye befa tintin so ye pese e hya sa brei bambofo nso da bi ya mamu hyase sa breya ebedi diako da suom na esum so ba e na bone ba eti ya mamu kwan ma enko da suom ese no ana ebe na ade na kodu court ya kwaye demonstration e court no e ka se munyeri say ya say oh yan so ya sad asem foforo ko yenyi say come tore bi aya yam to ebo ase na yehu se oman ba kompe na ye nyina atimu a na chekere na ejina me ne wo eni obia emfa ho ne party awo ozo obia ni ho ane ne passport ya twere party din wo obetumi aya party ne the chair Ghana na ebetro iti oye bibia na yes freedom of association party bia do dwa pe no de fufu obon odwa bi wa na pampa me fufu obi ne na ho enti e obi anso obi kwai ma wo ye nyina na ese wadwene ba so se ade me ye na se eseye a nya oman ne bekan kopim se aposifo ka a ye nyina ye sika de ato na odaseni ye na adwen se ma mento buomom mempa bo na amobo prosika no
papa we screen
mem papa no enyam papa ka enyam wo fa ka enyam ya meka na ye wie ne ye we nyina wie a eduru fiada yenya be konkra modem mo be ko eduru memene da akwankyerefo SDfo ni GDfo mbeko de duru kwasiada ye mudodo na yanko orthodox ye be ko pentecostal ne ne kekeka ti yenyam som ebi ne se ye ko demonstration na etuo hye ho ebi ne se ya fa bo se ye beto aboyi come ye ni bue nam se ya traso dodo
sua trabem
e broso kra whether ye sua tra raise to the power in no ye niam bi o ha on tiase na dia na ha no se school will be big the be mayen ya anya de ye hunu ne niam ya ye hu o man mu a nipa ye niam bebre wa ha kane no na obetumi anya medicine ba ko na nipa ba ko pe na bia wa ko university enei compound house obia ba ko university
when you say of master's study primary school
yes ya come no way na obo say obi kura okura degree no child or primary school as o manya enei apu eti say school na ya kono nyansensua bi wom nimdie bi wom opo bi wom a ese da na di ewe ye de yem eba politics mu so a yentumi nya se obi wo nimdie na se oni politics mu a enko odi nimdie nbe wura politics mu a eno nso nko de esra nanse a otentontan na esra nanse odoburofuo na esra ananse a ono nso oton chechera ya ne sa enye ye but baby a wo bia unim die ne on tete ese koduru ho yetumi nya nipa ya wo memu a ye nyina ya dae ho abosoma kotre adada ntoma unu kwasi akwa no frantoma kwa no adade no aye kokko etena wo hia no no okọ na ase asore na black and white na wadade yentumi nya ne sa ti ye danya me asese eda etoso mienu de bibia nsi na mbisa se na ye nim se ye betumi aye ne ye no nora no a ada na ya anye nansane ne se ne nim sa se ye betumi akọ din sa bibia nsi na ba bia se ye de nkrata akobia ye de akọ ada na ya anye sa da na edika
ne empene sa
ja ye sa demonstration anya de as yes hwene mayi mayemma partisem endidie mu yes enyina gitum enya ne a kaye nyina penne sesese otofu a ubu a osika a odi buo sese odi bu a ededase obi ampenne sa obi ampe kam medua ne pa ye body o
what is it
oh yes body o medro so a last 2 weeks me called me back my man say 400 hey tetempema hanai body draw apim
40 and
400 Ghana o the 40 ko jina pema no ah masa ne wakachi
the 400 bi wom
wakachi ketwa unum body konkoma ketwa bi a ayen ho midu na bi a obenya be 120 150 yes a bedroom kran but nda sa na netie bibia bo e koso It is a Niamana Cosrono. Yen Yinan, so ya can't be, Tizania, Kwame, Mango no Tiano. The man when Yana Nado na cancer, Nibacron Tombaco is Legon, 8 cities. On cars, Anchor Obia. But Obia Pesa or China Yonko. Say, yet to maybe Obia, you know, Obia, say, or no corner through Bema. Now, one kind of through better Tom to say, Kokrokoo, and a Yamwa, and Phobia. Now, a bad party, seminar. Party bia ewo opposition bia ni abako nyina NDC akọ opposition da omo opposition say MPP mako opposition da party bia opposition bia e kan fofon ko a nanka aginantwi abobiri
dada do chere me adi mrefi enfofo ye weeds
plant bi so na ono the flower and the bia yellow.
Okay.
And a ninu bia ono so one na ha nyina ye pe ono so black.
Okay.
Na Osman kwara so omon kote a oji se de no mbekwa akogina ho.
Yellow no.
Yellow no. Iti e kan fofo no nko an ka wo de entwam free black ho ma yellow kra e na obi apɛ wasem. Ka tra utuntum na. Party bia opposition bia ya sa adwene no woni trim. So when I come conquer the umbe bia emfa ko omotare ana wai se de be ya se omotare na wai no omtare na wai a and the bema ye nya kwan aba se de umbe bia be ye dia na ye betra ha che ye party for suban se tisa kan nyama bi o ho a party opposition e be ye no o ye den a wonte ase da enura omo me demonstration bi tie back on BBC anopa be 4 o'clock news 5 na o kire ne manti e mo mo kono next time omo ma wono nkasa mom
what's it why
baby Kennedy yeah omo leaders no be
Arise Ghana leaders no all kasa we
BBC interview na around 4:30 bu ho eno ahema. Now, all come back, can say unemployment for the past decade in Korea, every year, square woman.
For the past decade, when they were for the past decade, when they were
if you do need Korea, sorry, year square woman. Yet, you know, you're free, say, come a brown school, no, uncle form 5, uncle lower 6, uncle upper 6. Now, I'm feeling so what I know school. And so now the university I become feel do. And so now what shall say a copejuma. A name cry a binum name 17 or level 100 or be cry 16 or level 100.
Name fish shot.
And now, yeah, class, not Professor Dolphin ni mobile din. She said, yeah, know her. Well, class B elective oral literature. Main campus only 198. I'm say 3 B entry. Elective. E koya call. Now, them go to one quarter nyina call level 400 omu wie abepe djuma. Psychology for to minya be 1,000 students. Peace science 1,005 near there. Business school. Enkoda we nyina wie afe ba ko bia ya produce 10,000 or more year school. That is one university. One university. Public universities do back. Now the private can. It is an city, no. Say TVET Memudia. Sa buy Benya Juma Besson Kora way in your house on a year 2 and the Nippon so come so on your SHS we pe Omzan Grano and Maya no ma start your muti. But I'm going SHS. Men my vehicle do school da yama so on nitrino China and conform Yanko Chamran San Waba. Oh, yes, square hour unity. Nipa will cast a on fan toast in your mangun sinitris on Cocoya. It is said, and Quadana Vian school in Yana. You been a buying Sabasum so and Juma Mo, dear. Come in. just a beer. Yesu Saba no be chirichim. Nti wo na fe student bi aba so me per reference ade o se me pese be masters. Na all your masters e ko no so na djuma no so ho ye den. About so adjuma bi o ho a ono masters no onya ho akatua. E na won so kra adjuma bi o ho a wonko. Nti sa graduate unemployment ni ada and so be koso a. I just a TVET here abide n'ani asisuye ọma n'ani koso yie akwa me no tumi aboaye say eno amba mu dia ene demonstration abai bi a obeba so bia enkofo beko demonstration na ene dia bi a wo opposition enti ohun demonstration se no ye oba bai mu a obenya enkofo mu so beko demonstration
no na behu
na ya sre apolicefoɔ no sɛ sɛnea no a wɔmsi yɛɛ no ɔmo nkɔ so nyɛ ne saa BBC a deɛm da ne sɛ nansa no IGP no ɔmo kasae ansa na ɔmo hyɛseɛ nti sɛ bia nka bototoɔ no amamu a ebia nka deɛ ɛsiyɛ no nka ansi but ɛbɛnwa paa sɛ obi bɛka sɛ apolicefoɔ no na de nkɔfoɔ kɔhyehyɛ mu sɛ yɛ a ɔmo nto abɔ ɔmo anansi sɛmunum deɛ we yɛ dwuma
police for no police omo intelligence ni ade to omo ba meaning police for omo check ni bia omo ni twitwa pictures ne camera ni ade into omo to me and capture obi a auto bo no
oh na so much nipa 29
actually nipa by 29
na surprisingly all the who send na abo na ba I said na ya plan it that
coordinated
abo all of a sudden na within a short time ya said
abo yem fa bi wo circle ho
oh there be just in background no obo anu ho ansa no
be anyone must abo no be ye bi circle ho
but there area wo money say kwame demonstration bi a yakwa emkofo na kwa obi epre bia nyampenfo no omda no
Debbie
eno
amu chechim say two tear gas na say educator say why there odaka bi achi to bi kwa chi body gas aba
penny back area so
why
na obi da
ona ohwe ase ne body gas
obi da hospital na ohwe ase ne so mu a eno na tro say abojabum bo a ohiani na ne ne mayira
yeah
iti ya na etore bia nwanwa se binum nwene ne fie ono ne fie kra o
oh my
ne awukwa nyina se party cross e de kra wudi akire no so oba wo say saman a mo hwehwe nkofo gatam kra wa hwa ya ma obi
am ka se post ya cha wie o
eti sanipa no so na ya na omagea ahine mu ya na me hwɛ saa ya me sa awon so o ya o oh kwabe awo ya o abuso men krum mu apa na wo wo ba tete no na otim ko university wie no say me ye ko demonstration me na me die ni mu aye saa aye chapels so ya cha ya bia ma me bia mfa me ho TV no ye na me wani mu ho bi no tie da process for na say na enran so omompenfo na ebebo mo aba so say omutumi ete ase say yenye ni sei te eboa ni nyina aboa o man chechire come in the betting account
Professor Kofi Ejekum and Yete Nkano. In the meantime, a happy birthday wish to you, Mrs. Susie Agohom. You're from your husband Divine Agohom and the entire family to you, Mrs. Susie Agohom. Happy birthday to you, Susie. Much love every day. And a very good morning to you, Madame Dinah Mogri of the Sunyain Technical University. Kwame, did you know that the Krobos and Adans don't eat snails, except for a very few? But because of the green nature of the environment, there are snails crawling around. People come from far to buy them, but go to Accra and ask of snail's price, and you will see Naki in Dodoa. Che Guevara and Jonas Savimbi, who made the Red Beret popular, did not achieve their ultimate desires. I, for one, am not swayed by hungry men who claim to be brave revolutionaries because I was 17 years old when Ghana's so-called revolution was launched, and I witnessed the chaos and brutality that took place. We need our peace. Martin in Navrongo. Nature has a nice way of exposing evil, especially in Ghana. Fix the country was badly exposed and now comatose. Arise Ghana has already been exposed. They will soon comatose. Time will tell. Ni Aite sent that one. And then Openye Jikum is not the one to tell us what we demonstrators should do. We never have heard you giving advice to MPP demonstrators, Yusuf. Well, I guess you weren't listening, were you?
What's
that?
On TM infantry.
Prince from Agbogboloshi says, tell Openye Jikum he should come to Agbogboloshi. Plantain is very cheap here. Okay, we're here.
Okay.
And then Bodia. Sometimes the sellers price their goods according to the buyer's appearance. Our system is corrupt everywhere. Safu Kantanka in Okanshi. Granted, the MPP is not doing something right, for which reason things are difficult. Who says the NDC is a better alternative? But on a more serious note, Kwame, the Agric Minister must be told to the face to stop planting billboards and plant crops under PFJ, say Obama in Pokwase.
I totally associate myself with that.
Akwesia Champong in Hacho. Is it prudent that we have grapes included in the food basket for calculating inflation in Ghana? Well, Samuel Chremanting in Achimota says, I'm a taxpayer and I appeal to the authorities to arrest the leaders of the demonstration and put them before court. Charge them for the items they've destroyed. Samu Benito in Takrade, what you're saying is true. When I came to Accra the last time, some of our traders are just greedy and wicked. Yet on Sunday, they dress up. We all dress up and go to church. God save us all. The Arise Ghana so-called demonstration was no such thing. It was rioting. Hence the casualties. Ejakwabna, Corona, Queens in New York. But according to the police, yesterday was much, much better. Mad Lion in Ahafushidiem says, Monikasa Openyejukum. Indeed, Ghana will not burn. This is shameful, and it has dented the credibility of high-profile personalities who endorsed the Arise Ghana demo. Mad Lion Afushidim. Kwame, the NDC and the Arise Ghana protesters have been protesting in the streets this week to undermine the MPP government. They've destroyed public property and injured policemen and women. And yet, there's not been a single word officially from the NPP. Nothing from the General Secretary, nothing from the National Youth Organizer, nothing from their communications director, nothing from that their chairman to ABBA MPP. And the same group of executives minus the chairman are campaigning for re-election. To do what? They should all be voted out. Davi Aku Aid Adaklu sends that one. And then, good morning, Chairman General. I am still waiting for an answer to your question to the pig farmer. Your question was, does the government have the money? Some of us don't want government to borrow too much. Fair enough. Some of us Ghanaians don't want to pay taxes. Fair enough. And so how does the government provide for everything we need? So does the government have the money? There are two sides to the coin, and you shouldn't be one-sided. And we use revenue to pay for expenses. And by the way, who is government? We, you and I, are the government. God bless us all. Ochim Abuaje, former MP, Bantama, yeah. Chairman, I support what Professor Jukumi is saying from Ankuma Foster in Achim Ayirebi. Kwame, see how your mouth can, because they talk TVET now, you are talking blah blah blah, TVET ambassador, anything. Joshua Akamba says he's above the law. So if an armed robber has a permit to own a gun, he should be allowed to brandish it openly. By the way, Kofi Brookman at East Legon is no longer the yardstick to determine the level of hardship. Go and tell Bella Mundi that. George from Rich. Why? What has Bella said? I haven't heard from her in a while. I keep hearing some of these MPP speakers, and I wonder whether Ghana is their priority. Is their party of Ghana? Most Ghanaians supported MPP in 2016, and that's a fact. What makes a quality human being is your ability to differentiate between good and bad. About fuel crisis and Ukraine and Russian war. Chairman, if as far back as 1965, Ghana had the largest oil refinery in sub-Saharan Africa and processed oil, and now we have oil and still depend on the outside world for our livelihood, then what did we achieve the independence for? Kufaros, Ntema, food for thought. What did we achieve independence for? Obviously for nothing. Obviously. The last one says the Ghana Police Service needs to be commended for the great job they did yesterday. Arise Ghana demonstration was a big flop and disgraceful. Master Planner Junior Ken Tampo. And I leave it there. The texter who mentioned the high cost of snails in Accra is very right. Why should we buy a medium-sized snail smaller than a 5-year-old boy's face for 80 cedis in our chop bars? The insatiable greed of our traders and chop bar operators must be a matter of concern. Sir Obama. Yasemo. Ampa. Anopei Michia Arabia a friend or Hima Equia Kesawa, Ghana's most beautiful Ashanti region. Yesi Mutie Anopei or Hima Equia Kesawa of Ghana's most beautiful Ashanti region. Micham Anopei Papa Minya Ba Evelyn near Buswina Yamamo shedding and so. Unyanko Pone de Damaing, no one wabejina deako. Danyamia se. Probably to me, Ponkwana. I do back on air boy, dear. Be a politician, person can be there. Be me, man, Kasa. Because as some back one can baby beside and say, IMF to go or not to go, but I'm saying Rena soon. But I mean, my tad, you cry a year, no, mommy. What I did? Are they? My tad, I'm a shadow. A year, no, mommy. Say they. Oh, say, hey, local. Yes. But when you locally, I ain't even more brave. But you call 16 times. And Siaga. But open, I dare back rooms to say, quite when you end the day or a bado. What was 16 times? Or Sibra 17. Also, okay, Yati. Say, O bonds now, we are bond market, so no control. You imagine I'll be there. Come on, ya shall see. Uncle. I said Uncle Bonza. And I said that I didn't know. Ya shall see slogans Ghana beyond aid, me boy. Locally, ye be bia. Be come there na minim say ye can say ye be ye ne say. Me hu nkoma ne penso na ye wo primary school kra. Me na me mai. Ye hu say jache maybe a jache primary school no. Now more brigade farms. So be cancer kayem koto ade anu free dodo wane em farmer. Na brigade for no nam de abai car atoto aduane na om de konkrase a ye badoma. Ne born ya tete so me hu no. Ana nkroma kodi asase o sankore enum achi ho 1,000-acre project a omudua koko. Considered for any bundi pie for mom koya juma. The same a champion operation feed yourself and self-reliance. Na yen krebiane. Na school bia ye call brown for the Asante near nyina. Na school na ye dua aduane e di feed ye. Do ko school a soka ho sekai ka ho bibia. This yenim wen nyina na otra kumase kakra bi free offense ko asasi da benkum ni nifasa akopem paga now shase free and sawo ko benkum ni nifa da sa akwabi yentumi nnua aduane na ya de sika bi ekokra aduane ba na chese ya na ye boye ho abro e di agric ebi ni say fertilizer yentua kai it is a kwabi we are sese ode anokwadro MPP omo ha obaako no anokwadro ni anumum emfa hwe mafie anokwadro ni anumum Honorable anokwadro sa chairman dog
just a bit by or say Minister of Agric they should plant crops and stop planting
billboards.
No more me billboards.
Dr. Ben Ochi Anka and 18 in Kano.
But Chairman, BB farmers man of it. Any baby shed a muadio.
Are they?
See, I brand here be say we are comedian. Oh, wanya dear.
Oh, Jai, I said, you can be me.
Only abroad pay no or graphic corporation.
Abroad the
Never patch my dear.
Is that?
Yeah, English a tutor or a grandson.
Okay.
Or no, say, I know what I am, not what people think I am.
And son?
Bam.
Yeah, bam. Opinion, Bibia, Doc, that's your opinion. Yeah, that's I know what I am, not what people think I am. I could say, MP. Yeah, that's enough. Peace 1043, Mebusia Phobia of Strasbourg of France. Anope Michia, Mr. and Mrs. Inketia. Here's to wish you all, Mr. and Mrs. Inketia, have a beautiful day. And to my brother, engineer, Dr. Asafwe Jane. Kofaros, even now you can see the car inside. I finished some long time. No wahala. And this one goes out to you, Eddie Banku. Here's your song.